Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. This is Travis Semulin Sours bringing you a traditional Tinkle draft. Isn't that what it is, the Tinkler's Cube? On MTG Arena chat. Say hello to YouTube. We're coming off of a 2-in-1 with an Enchantress deck, and I really enjoyed it and kind of just want to play more Enchantress decks. So if I can find an excuse to do that, I will. If I open Veto, though, I may just go for a black-white life gain deck if I can get it going. Because that is the reason I have found to be doing that. And there's not really a great Enchantress card here. Right, like we could take Siona, but she's just kind of okay. I found the Wanderer to be quite good, but this seems like the reason to be doing black-white life gain things. So if we can get into that, that's cool. If we can't, and I start to see good Enchantress things go around, we'll probably do that instead. So I understand that Revenge with Veto is kind of a big deal. You need to play Veto, and then you need to get to 6 mana. The other trick is you need it to do something. You need to craft a deck in such a way that you could get something back meaningful. Because there's an argument that you might just want this. If we've got life linkers and we're putting counters on them, this could arguably be better. Couch Jockey, thank you for the raid. What do you think, folks? Do we go for the memes or do we go for trying to draft a better deck? You suspect it'll wheel? I don't think so. There's somebody at this table that's into this. Chat likes better decks, I think. Let's see if we can actually build the good one. And there's a chance that it wheels. It would certainly be nice if it did. So this gains us life every time we play a creature with flying, which is fine, but not exactly wonderful. Mikey's pretty good. Baleful Emmet I can probably wheel. I feel like Mikey's what I want here. It's just so easy to fit Mikey into a curve, and it plays nicely with Ajani. And it doesn't mean that I have to be doing black-white life gain things. Because I'm not picking an Archon or a Baleful Emmet over Mikey. So who knows, we could end up in green counter stuff too. I don't think it's very likely, but we could, because I want to take this and I want to put it in the deck. This is my only issue with draft formats that are kind of on rails like this, because I feel like once you've found your deck, there's a card in each pack that you want that literally no one else does. And I've talked to people who really enjoyed the Modern Masters draft formats, and I kind of did for a little bit, and then I was like, oh, once you figure out what your deck is, yeah, you can get 3-0s like this, but it's less interesting. Because at this point, we're drafting a constructed deck. It's just, does it say gain life? Yeah, then we probably want it. Does it not say gain life? No, then we probably don't. This is reasonable too, like it gains 3 life, but I think I want to have a nice mix of payoffs and enablers. And also want all the Orzhov lands I can get. You reckon we could wheel that? Because I'd really like to have some low drops as well. Heliod's Pilgrim's an interesting one too, even though we're not going deep into enchantment themes. If we pick up a Pacifism or a Stab Wound, there's some value there. I don't know. I think I'd like to try to stay on theme. Let's see if we can do this. This ghoul fits the theme, but isn't terribly good. Order of Midnight can't block, and Master Splicer doesn't do a whole lot. So I think I'm still taking it, but we've got enough 3-drops here. Heartless Act I think I like better than Mind Stone, which is saying a lot because I really like Mind Stone. But this deck is so mana intensive, I don't think I can pull it off. Now if we can wheel that split card, we could reanimate Mikey. which would be kind of a big deal. We could trigger Morbid at instant speed. This was our opening pack. We could play the Ancestral Blade. That's a 2-drop. It's fine. Yeah, we did get a host from the Calst. I can't talk today. Sorry, my mouth is messed up. It's 3 or less. Thank you very much for the host, Jockey. We did not wheel it, which means somebody took it, speculating that they're going to see a veto later, which is kind of scary. But that's okay. We don't need it. No, it's not a straight blank. But we are looking to get there on synergy, not power level alone. All right, so now it's time to determine, would we like to get involved with an Archon or just have a reasonable 2-drop, which doesn't really synergize particularly well with our deck, but we're going to need stuff to play on turn 2. I could also consider the Ammit. I think I like the Ammit. I just want as many things with lifelink as possible. It kind of sucks to be jammed with this many 3-drops, though. Because, like, this guy's never getting played. But everything else here fits the plan. Ajani only reanimates 2s, and we don't have any. So we should probably pick up some 2s when we can. And like I said, we kind of desperately need Orzhov duels because we're looking at a pretty mana-intensive list already. I'm going to pass these just to let people know we're not in red or green. Not that signaling matters a whole lot here, just that, here, you can even have that. We're not in blue either. Get into Teamer, yo. I should mention for YouTube, because I mentioned it to chat, that I'm being a little bit quieter today because I am experiencing some mouth pain. So not quite as much commentary as usual because it hurts to talk. Osprey's Lieutenant's alright. Dreadhorde is incredibly powerful. Squire's Devotion could be reasonable for us. This card almost never wheels, and I'm not entirely sure why. Edict isn't the best removal spell in the world, but it's a card you can put in your deck. I expect we can make a Command the Dreadhorde work. Like, one card at 6 doesn't bother me if it's going to do something incredibly powerful. And we've got a lot of lifelinkers to bring back. I keep scanning through these looking for an Orzhov duel, and there just isn't one. I don't mind a Cartouche of Ambition. Like, it's kind of a wombo combo with the Aerialist. And I suppose it's not technically a 3-drop because I'm not always casting it on 3, but... Okay. Aspirant we can get behind. It's not entirely trying to get their own power level alone. The Aspirant is way better for us than the Bastion Wallet. Because we're not really looking to sacrifice creatures. We are looking to not be dead when someone plays a 2-drop. This card is absurd. The Aspirant was way better than the other cards in that pack. I think we're still going to take the Mortify here, although Heliod is, like, really, really good. My god. Maybe I can find another removal. I can't find another Heliod. and it's a 3-drop, which we need. One of the reasons we were so excited about the aspirant there is we don't have 2-drops. Mortify Mike could wheel. Anything Mike could wheel. We're probably going to wheel the Splendor Mare. Someone will take this and splash it. Mortify is not wheeling. Where are my Orzhov duels? I suppose if some more pieces wheel, we could play this Cauldron. Man, I really like the Eldest Reborn, but I have to be a grown-up. Do I have to be a grown-up? Yeah, I have to be a grown-up. Nyx Fleece Ram seems pretty good here. Sunscorched Champion seems okay. Not super necessary. Yeah, but we want to enable consistent life gain, and the Ram does that. And a lot of our threats for the end game are flying. Like if we just go Ram into Heliod, all of a sudden we're building a giant sheep. The Bugler might wheel too. I think out of all of this, I'm most likely to play the champion, but I don't know that I am. There's a possibility we play that too. And none of the stuff we were super interested in is going to wheel, but it's okay. Bastion wheeled. I don't know for sure that I want it. We could consider a Soul Warden. Do I want a Soul Warden? I might. Splendor Mare wheeled. I think we're going to play that. There's a lot of good stuff on the size board here. We can probably play this too, I guess. I still kind of need Orzhov duels more than anything else. I don't hate putting the Vulture in the same deck with Command the Dread Horde. There's really nothing I want out of this pack. I could take a Solemn. It's a duel that takes up a spell slot, and we've got plenty of spells. I think it probably is the robot. I'm not entirely sure that I'm going to play it. Yeah, we're not really looking to ramp enough to want to do that, though, are we? I don't think. Grana's really good. Anointer Priest is acceptable. It'll gain us a little bit of life and provide a blocker. Divine Visitation isn't what I want. We could consider something like Drana and playing Bossry's Lieutenant. But I just don't need more 3-drops that say win the game. Let's make sure we're stable on these. I think I could probably already play Bossry's Lieutenant with Mikey. There's nothing here that I have to have, but I think access to a Tribunal looks nice to me. We'd probably play the Nightmare Shepherd. We've got some decent shenanigans with it, but we're also looking to play the Dread Horde. And I think I'd like 3 solid removal spells. Man, I wish I'd seen that Anointed Procession sooner. I'd have done something stupid with it. But it's not something I can do now. I think we're probably going to jam... Probably Lieutenant. Probably Splendor Mare. Potentially Soul Warden. This is starting to look like a deck. If I'm playing the Soul Warden, I could see an argument for the Loxodon. Well, that's just solid value for us, like 5 different ways. I'm good with that. I don't think I want the Witch's Cauldron. I'm very happy to see this isolated chapel. I thought we weren't going to see any duels. And then we did. Is this guy good in life gain decks? I think we got something here. I probably don't need the Ancestral Blade. Man, I remember making Pig Angels in the core set. That was fun. I probably don't need the Soul Warden. But I still want it. I'm trying to, like, embrace what the cube has going for it. So what if we played Drana and cut out the Ancestral Blade? That's going to make our mana kind of ugly, but I think reasonable. I'm going to grab the Deadweight. We could play this and it would be reasonably good. It's free graveyard hate too, but well, I'd probably rather bring that in, to be fair. My God, Timmy's loud, and unnecessarily so. Maybe we want some card draw. There's also a possibility we would rather have this, though. I'm thinking about what's the best in the sideboard. Enchantment hate in the sideboard's never bad either. That's just criminal. Roar of the Worm deserves better than this. I guess you're supposed to put Singer Vampire in a green-black deck and use fight cards with it. Now, this mana is not as good as I'd like it to be, but this is probably as good as I can get it. Let's give it a go. I want to see if the Soul Warden is worth it. I kind of suspect that it isn't, but it's an interesting way to trigger the Bat guy on your opponent's turn. And kind of lock your opponent out of playing creatures. Combos with Heliod. It combos with a lot of the stuff we've got going, which does kind of feel like what you're supposed to be doing in this cube, is find things that combo. That is the best part about Heliod. Okay, this isn't beautiful, but it's fine. Getting a little less fine over time. Because these two were not supposed to be lands, and then they were. Okay, well, good news, we're not just dying to a Champion of Lampult. Bad news, we're going to die to Riss. They're going to be making a lot more tokens than I am. For some reason, I was pretty convinced I could play this turn. And for some reason, they didn't play out Riss and Grandma. Which I have to believe is good for us. It may also mean that this is just going to die. Good grief, my friend. But I'm the life gain deck. How are they gaining so much life? We did it, though. This was kind of what we were looking for. We made a bat. Ajani referred to Oiva as Grandma in the text of the set she was in, which is kind of why she is often referred to as Grandma. I mean, I'd say we're basically winning here. Yeah, I think we just needed one more land and we were in that. Oh yeah, we've called the blue Jeskai Mentor Grandma sometimes as well. My goodness, they're just doing a lot of very powerful things, and I'm not. Draw better certainly is something. I mean, everybody has at least 2 grandmas, right? The Orzhov to drop from Ravnica? I don't remember that one. Maybe somebody called it grandma, but some people have 3 grandmas. I suppose there's theoretically not an upper limit on the amount of grandmas you could have. I'm ready for the next event. This one's kind of easy. Artillery with kills bigs with the assist. Rewards for Jacques, Abatar Ave, Adamaniac, and Miklas. I feel like the houses were cool, but they didn't really work out. Because they just die kind of too quick. I'm in danger! I feel like I don't have much to bring in against this. Maybe, like, is my deck bad? Or did we just not draw enough action? Because their draw looked pretty busted. I have to assume they can't just do that every time. ¿Por qué no las dos? My deck can be bad and I drew too many land. For 1 menace ain't bad. You need to gain 3. Okay. This could be alright. Because Johnny starting counters on those 2 isn't the worst thing I've ever seen. That'll end the game pretty quick, won't it? Well, not now. I don't see much reason to attack here. Well, I get him 1 extra point of damage. No, I get him 2 extra points of damage. And now we must deal with it.
Stand together. Be
Yeah, they're just
strong.
dead. Johnny's still lethal. Okay, so there's some hope. And the good news is they have virtually no interaction, which I also dig. I still think we're losing, but it was a good game plan, Jim. Let's try to do it again. Dead weight's pretty reasonable. Okay. We can talk. I don't want to die to that. I don't see a reason not to go this into Regal Bloodlord. Into Bellhaunt. It's pretty good. Bloody hinge, man. I was gonna use that. Magic, thank you for the host. Appreciate y'all sending the audience this way. Very excited for Kaldheim. As is everyone else. Sidekick Sid, thank you for the resub. Y'all spam some cats for Sid as well. Thank you, my friend. So I can try to force through that, but they're just going to recast it and kill the dang thing. We're in an exceptionally awkward position right now, and I don't particularly care for it. Because they're starting. Yeah, you can see the problem. There's some bigger things to worry about than that at the moment, Wallet. We can do that, but the problem is we're going to be dead before that. I think I need veto right now, or we're just kind of done. Things are looking grim for our hero, as they say. Because that's insane. What do they need to get this back? 3? Yeah, so I guess we're building this up with the idea that eventually it will get there. Close game. Is it, though? I guess we have to start trying to go in for damage. There's no secret reach. It is not in my nature to concede. Like, we're making a 1-1 bat, and they're making a 4-4 sapperling. If you know anything about numbers, you will be aware that 4 is bigger than 1. And 13 is bigger than both of those. I'm kind of disappointed they didn't just activate wrists there. Because they could have. And it would have been so many tokens. Okay, that's helpful. The spider's gone, right? No. The spider still exists. Where's the spider? There's the spider. Okay. We're kind of doing it now. I get the feeling it just doesn't matter what you do, you're just dead. Maybe they play with their food long enough, but they have to just activate wrists here. How do you not? Show me the thing, man. There you go. I suspect they're safe to attack here. But we are gaining that 1 life a turn. Alright. You can have 1 more wrist activation, and you get me. Yeah, I don't think it super matters, Yo-Yo. I just want to let them activate wrists again. Because I'm a generous man. There you go. You can click the numbered stacks next to your creature stacks to have them all attack. Sadly, we're dead to the first strike. All right, I'm going to pause the YouTube for a minute and do a reboot. This is getting a little laggy. Welcome back, YouTube. Just did a quick reboot because we were getting a little laggy, and I'm hoping that helps solve the issue. All right, let's see if we can get a 2-1. 2-1 feels good. 1-2 feels not so good. Tell me about your bias. Because you have to compare them to the ones you saw in the beginning. That's fair. This only triggers on your own turn, right? Yeah. That's not quite the combo. This sounds a little Star Wars-y. Musically. That's good news. That means we'll have more time to play Rust. I don't mind killing the Llanowar Visionary with this. What's with the PogChamp today? I'm not sure what you mean. Although Drana's conceivably more interesting here. I'm concerned that they're going to play something big and I won't be able to deal with it. Oh, I was just seeing who it was. Okay. Jen, welcome to the Fat Cat Club. Thank you for the sub. Wonder is worse or equal? Probably worse because they can't cast anything with it, but it's still a problem. Y'all spam some cats for Jen. Jen, if you don't mind me asking, how did you find the stream? Man the Dread Horde, huh? Neat. That's probably worth blooping. Just looked at the browse part of Twitch. Well, we are glad to have you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Glad to know Twitch discoverability is still a thing. I guess we take that. Croaker, welcome back.
Took a little break from Magic, but it's been fun watching again today.
It's fun having you back, my friend. Y'all spam some cats for Croaker. Thank you, buddy. Or the emote of your choice. Whatever pleases you. Thank you, Croaker. We are up to 225 subscribers currently, which is kind of a big deal. Good luck, Dave. All right, so I kind of care about this, right? It'd be nice if that wasn't there. I still feel like it's a little laggy. Ah, might be the new set download thing. That's fair. That would explain it. Yeah, I was going to say the lag is kind of an indication, but fair. I like the way that one played out better than the previous round. This is black-green graveyard stuff with a god. The fact that it looks like they want to enable their own Command the Dread Horde is good news, because it makes mine better and I don't have to work for it. Timmy's probably better there. If we think we can reliably cast him. Which I'm not 100% sold on, but sure. The Soul Warden was kind of unimpressive there. But I'm going to trim the Amet and try out Timmy. Ideally, if we keep their graveyard exiled, their Dread Horde, well, we can keep both graveyards exiled if we want to. Or just have mana up for when they go to Dread Horde should be enough of a deterrent. They've probably got more graveyard shenanigans than we do. Is Timmy just like a budget scavenging ooze? Because he kind of feels like it. And noisier too, I think, possums. He's really loud when you select him in the packs. I can only imagine he's super loud when you play him too. This has some potential. It's a hand that wants to draw more lands as opposed to less, so we'll take it. It's kind of like a good 6. He's not angry, he's just vocally expressive. I mean, that expression sounded angry, is all I'm saying. Okay, cycling ain't bad. It's kind of awkward to cycle this on something that already has lifelink, but... then again, maybe we don't need to. It's kind of awkward to put this on something that has lifelink, and I'm definitely cartouching next turn, so I think we've actually just shifted to wanting to Anointer Priest here. And then, all of a sudden, it all came together. So what is our best bet here? I think it might still be to get Heliod shenanigans going. Because this is pretty big. And then I can Lieutenant next turn. If something happens to this, we start getting tokens. It's a lot of mana. Okay, that's a real creature. Yeah, I wasn't quite ready for the big X Hydra, but we can still sort of compete with it, assuming they can't kill this. Which is a big assumption. They appear to be setting up for Command the Dread Horde shenanigans again. Or just wanted to cycle through something and get another land out of the deck. That's the attack we needed. Alright, so he needs Devotion 5. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So not enough. That's awkward. I can attack here and give it lifelink, hoping that we hit another black source and can play Timmy, which is probably my best bet. Because we're going to take one heck of a hit from Rada next turn. Although I could have also just recognized the way that worked and still played Timmy. But I didn't. And here we are. So she's going to get plus 1,000,000, plus 1,000,000. I think the Null Priest is just here to chomp. For some reason, I thought this was 3 to cycle. You'd think I'd remember it. It's from my favorite set. Oh yeah, Bossry can block Rada. These cards have text? That's just bizarre to me. Okay, Multani's going to be a bit more of a problem. Man, we were doing all right. And then we weren't. But we actually were, I just didn't know it. And then we weren't again. Oh, reading is really hard. Glad to have you, Matt. If you enjoy people being aggressively mediocre at Magic, I think you're going to like it here. I hope I can make you better. I certainly intend to try. Okay, so if we commanded the Dread Horde, we would not be getting a wonderful deal out of it right now. I need to make this bigger so it can handle that. See, Timmy does need to learn about inside voices, which he currently cannot. I think I can work my way out of this. It's going to be a challenge, though. Michael, thank you for the gift sub. Yo, spam some cats for Michael. That missing the lifelink is going to be a bit of a problem for us. Yeah, I should have attacked with it. Sorry, I'm not 100% today. It's okay. Everything's going to be okay. I think I could have won this game. It does have a lifelink counter, but it can't really stop either of these, and I can't really take the 12. And blocking this is not going to end well for me, because they'll just bounce it and get it back. So I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to do with this. I guess something like this is pseudo-reasonable? But probably not ideal. There's so much going on in this cube that it's difficult for me. Yeah, I did need the 8 life. We needed a lot of things to go right. And then none of them did. It's okay. It's okay. Let's try and remember what our cards do. That can be a bit of a challenge at times. All right, so we need to be a little careful about what we use our Conclave Tribunal on, because I think it's actually our one piece of removal that can answer something like Multani. I certainly should have attacked with it there. I think I could have won that game. Adam with the kills, Biggs with the assist, rewards for Sanset, Schmuck, Kakman, and Abe. I think I'm getting into a phase where I'm frustrated with Magic again. which is pretty reasonable towards the end of a format. Because Cube has never really been my jam. And you can see some of it starting to come out as I'm just like missing stuff. Some of that too is I just don't know all of the interactions and what the cards do. I didn't play Theros. They have Cube tournaments? There hadn't been a limited tournament in years. Okay, we got some potential here. We can turn one Mikey. Probably not going to turn one Mikey. That was right on time, wasn't it? Yeah, there's been like some community organized tournaments, but I think I just want to play this out currently. No, we should wait and do that at instant speed. I think some of my fatigue from that is that I did that big push in November, and so I was streaming, what, close to 70 hours a week in November? I played a lot of Zendikar. I wonder how many I've played. Is there a way to look? You have to have that installed though, right? Yeah, I haven't been doing the tracking. That's a pretty good win rate, man. The breakdown shows what cards you drafted heavily, but doesn't show you how many drafts you did. Kaldheim looks fun. I'm very excited for Kaldheim. Cube is an awkward spot to be getting into my stream. Just because Cube is closer to Constructed than it is to Limited. You would probably really enjoy Cube then, because Cube is kind of about drafting a constructed deck. I've always said Cube feels a little bit like you had 12 of your friends over. With their constructed decks. And when you were done playing, you just threw them all on the floor. And then drafted from that pile of cards that was on the floor. Yeah, and I think that's kind of where it originated. What, a throw? I don't know that that was a throw. They needed to get stable. They didn't know I had a lightning bolt in hand. There's a lot of noisy cards in this set. I might be convinced to do some chaos drafts tomorrow in a row. Friends over. What year is this? Fair. Fair. We've got that turn 1 Mikey again. It's not really a turn 1 Mikey, but you know what I mean. That kind of makes me want to play out the Splendor Mare, because Mono Red has a rough time with that. We don't know that they're Mono Red, but they're looking to do something aggressive, at the very least. Aspirant and Mikey are kind of a good combo. To make sure none of the infinite 3 mana for 3 damage spells works on the Splendor Mare. It's absurd.
Come,
Expect no
sing
mercy.
the song of fame.
I'm gonna live forever. That fame? If we attack Quatley with the Splendor Mare, they have to block it with everything? We could just attack it with Heliod next turn. That seems pretty good too. Three, 4, 5, 6. I mean, that seems pretty good to me. Time Spiral Remastered? I don't think that is my jam. Faultly answered.
Before me.
Releasing future sight cards on Arena would break it. It very well might. It very well might. So we can bring Mikey back. That doesn't strike me as particularly good. But Johnny would have activated Heliod? That's fair. I had forgotten what Devotion does. Well, presumably it still will.
No friend of mine fights alone.
There you go. We still had it. So if they're playing Sigil of the Empty Throne, I should want my enchantment removal card, right? What is this? The music is music from MTG Arena. Like, presumably I'm going to want that. And presumably I'm not going to have time to Dread Horde. I'm just playing the music from Arena. It is not fun to stay at the DCMA, regardless of what you have heard. I think the music in Arena is actively pretty good. Wari or Poet?
Is your strength.
Oh, Hushbringer. Duh. I always forget what that does. Fisher, Wizard, and Man or Skellington make more sense to me. Because this has first strike.
You shall be erased from history.
I'm going to have to deal with that Watley. This seems like a reasonable adjacent turn to do it. Not always lethal.
Do not fear, my friend. See in yourself what I see.
I think I want to keep making bats. They don't want to play anymore. That was a weird one. That was a really weird one. But we'll take it. And that's been my experience with the cube, is I draft what I think looks like something pretty good. I bump into somebody that has a deck that's a little bit better. We get a 2-1 and we get to keep playing. And you know, that's not that bad, all things considered. I'm very okay with that. It's embarrassing to miss some stuff, but I'm also not going to beat myself up about it too bad, because like this isn't my specialty. I've always viewed cube as something that's a little bit more for fun. So I do think we had a shot in that round we lost. But ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, I appreciate you guys and gals tuning in. We'll have another draft for you guys in the near future and some Cal time soon. For Twitch chat, there's still more cube to be cubed. So chat, say goodbye to YouTube, and we'll draft again, because that's kind of what we do here.